introduction for me. How does this eval work and how is it tied with the tuple space? From what I know, tuple space is a R space and it's kind of a database over which all the computations are done.
Okay.
This is my understanding.
Okay, what we're okay, this is the error reported in the node testing in the public art chain. And this was the contract where we had a, we write a 0 to 1.
Yeah, I got that contract. It's kind of race when we are hitting constantly that receive for 8A,
right?
But we don't have nothing in the channel 1 to be put into at TA. So it's some strange situation.
No, we're writing to the channel 1 a 0 here.
Yeah, but the next time
when we read it here, the first time it was 0.
Yeah, yes.
Oh.
The first time TA is 0.
Okay. This is a persistent read. That's interesting.
Yes.
Oh, I see. There's more in here than I thought, huh? So this is a persistent read.
So hitting that persistent read of from num channel, and it's not. It's some. How do I say? It's not obvious how to resolve this situation with persistent receive from num.
I really wasn't aware. I guess I didn't read the contract carefully.
No.
I didn't realize we were doing 2 reads.
Yes.
Like we're reading num. We're doing a persistent read of num, and we never write to num.
We're persisting writing into num and reading the last one line num.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. We write 1 to num. Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
So this is some kind of race condition when we go into continuation from receiving num into at 8, and then we are ready for receive one more time. But the continuation is hanging until the previous continuation done. I guess it's something like that. If I'm using terminology right way.
So
I wonder where Dimborm get this piece of code.
Yeah. Okay, so we know. So we never. Oh, I see. He does a persistent write. Duh. He's doing a persistent write here.
Yeah.
So it's always going to write 1 to num, and when it reads num, it's always going to do add 1 to what's on the channel 1. Okay, so yeah, now I get it. Okay, we could do a simpler example of a loop where we just do a persistent read of 1, and then we write to 1, 1 plus 1, and that would be the simplest loop. This is just complicated loop.
But
This persistent write and this persistent read really only serve to make this read be persistent.
yes, but this can be read only. This can be read only when the continuation of the previous read is done. So when we constantly calling this read from the channel 1, it's not obvious if continuation of this read was already executed and if there is something on the channel 1, at least from the code.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're saying here. I mean, clearly, every time we do a read of num,
Yes.
okay, we're going to do a read of 1.
But while, for example, if we imagine that there is some tiny wait before reading from 1, if we just imagine, so when we read from the channel num, we are ready to read one more time,
Right.
again and again and again. And so we calling the next, the inner read of from the channel 1 again and again and again. And for example, could be that the read from the channel 1 from the second call of the continuation of read from channel num is the first in the queue, and it will never be executed because there is nothing in channel 1.
What do you mean? How could there's always, okay, if it reads here, okay, that's
But
going to block the channel 1 until we do the write here.
We assume that we assume that the first continuation from reading continuation of reading from channel num is not executed yet, but we already have the read from the channel 1 on queue one more time. And what should be executed first?
Oh, well, yeah, well, it's clear here. This continuation is only executed when it reads from num. Otherwise, this isn't executed, so it's not going to read channel 1 until it first reads from channel num.
So the next read from channel num is executed only after continuation is done?
Not necessarily. What you're saying is there is some non-determinacy here in that the numbers could be out of order.
Yes. So could be that the second.
Yeah, I was looking. They seem to be pretty much in order. If we look back here, I didn't look down the whole list, but they seem to be.
Yes, it
they
seems
seem to be all in order. No misordering stands out to me.
Yeah, that looks reasonable. Yes.
Where is it? Let me look for a for each here. See, 2, 3, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In one case, in another case here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So
can be that
I'm sorry.
Can be that the code that Jim Warren posted, it is spawning a lot of reads from channel 1 that cannot be fulfilled. Some of them get on the queue when there is something available on the channel 1, but a lot of them are being put on queue when there is no messages on the channel. May this be a possibility, or it is not possible from the language?
My question. It's very interesting that this is done sequentially. Okay, so
does it make sense what I'm saying? Do you understand? Or it's I'm not expressing it right?
Well, I'm not exactly sure what you're saying here. Are you explaining why it's sequential, or what exactly are you explaining?
I'm trying to understand what the issue with the current code, why it is special and why it causes problems. Try to understand and try to suggest, because if how this can be resolved, this in this
I'm not sure what problem it has, but it seems very strange. Numbers are all printed sequentially. Why is that?
actually I guess it's because the continuation of receive from channel 1 being done only when there is something arriving on channel 1, being sent on channel 1.
Yeah.
So the problem can be there are a lot of
I see.
A lot of calls for receive from channel 1, but not every call being fulfilled.
Okay, my confusion has been traded. Okay, this piece here, regardless, will ensure that the output from channel 1 is sequential.
Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't matter that you can do 10 receives on here before you send one to one. Doesn't matter what order you send them to one.
Yeah.
Okay, that's clear. All right, so let's, so here our current situation is, oh, we're back up to 99% CPU. And
Actually, when I was running rnodes, high CPU usage always led to out of memory, and then it just eats CPU and that's it. Out of memory and eating CPU.
well, over here on our node Bob, it went to 0 user time, but it's no longer processing, it was it 99% CPU for the longest time. And now it went down to 0, but it's not processing evals anymore. They just hang forever. On Bob, that's the 8.4. 8.3, it runs better. What was I looking at here? Okay, it's just running slow now, but it's still processing evals. So we have the parallel right to outcome of win and lose, and sometimes we get win, and sometimes we get lose, and it's non-deterministic, and that's what we expect. But because we're apparently because this we're still running. I mean, this counted to 127, and
did it stop when?
Stop counting for some reason.
Did it stop calculating because of out of memory?
Yeah,
or,
well, it could be. It seemed to stop counting long before there was an out of memory.
Long before.
If we look at after we get out of memory, we have a lot of problems getting out of our node. But yeah, we have to force it.
Try Control X.
Just do a kill all Java. And of course that won't work either, because we have to do a kill 9. And let's see, what's the command to get the short form? Oops. You know, I can't figure out how to get the short listing. But this is process 6923, which is our Java process, which is the R node. And looks like I have 2 evals running here. Oh, they're done. And so I have to do a kill -9 of 6923. And that finally filled the rnode. Now, if I rerun this, what happens? Now, um, I run hello.row. Okay, so it runs. Now, if I run forever.row, it starts counting. 1, 2, 3, and it goes to 4, and that's it. It stops. That's the bug, apparently. Looks like it only went to 3 this time. No 4 there. Only went to 3. Well, and we didn't get any errors yet.
I noticed that
Didn't run out of memory.
You are using another code. Is this some type of code that had been used before to benchmark node? Or is this? No, this is quite obvious situation of uncertainty.
Why do you say, what's uncertain? Why would that stop? No, why did it go to 120, 128 on 7 on 8.3, but only goes to 3 on 8.4? And here we can see it's using 97% of the CPU again. Now eventually it'll get a bunch of out of memory errors, and then it'll stop using CPU. Yeah, there's the 4. So the 4 did come through, but we've never seen anything beyond 4 come through on this version of Node, the 8.4. On the 8.3, we see a lot more. And I don't know what would happen on a fresh version of 8.3. But now we have a problem.
Is there some work being done regarding to block storage in Node 8.4? I guess the block store was introduced in 8.4, right? Or was it .5?
8.3.
8.3? Huh.
8.3.
So
that was the one that. Oh, what was 8.3? No, 8.4. 8.3 was not restartable. You're right. 8.4.
I guess there is some work
block store
with our space may cause this.
Yeah.
Just a guess.
So the issue is, do we want to start 8.4 or 8.3? Can you log in? You want to share your screen? You want to log into Robot and help perform the restart? of robot. We have what do we have? We have it's running very slow now, and it's using all the CPU. So the first thing, so we can kill so what do we
Sorry,
do?
Jim, I have to go in a minute.
Okay.
So I guess we should end this session as there is no one else.
Well, I still have to get the work done. I'm going to try restarting this version without clearing the space. And if that doesn't work, I'm going to start 8.4. I'm going to install 8.4 and run it. And actually, maybe I'll pause this. I think at 3 o'clock, Audie will come on, and he can assist with the upgrade of rnode and restarting it on
All right.
our cooperatively managed server, which I'm hoping to get people involved with besides myself.
All right, would be good. Okay, Jim, thank you. It was nice to meet you.
Very good.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. So I'm going to get all, oops, got to do a sudo. Let's see. PS doesn't show it. PS-A. X. Oh, it showed everybody. You grep Java. I don't know why I showed. I can't get this breed. 450. Still 450. And that should be shutting down. Look at the log. And we got a bunch. We got some Java heap space errors, which means we have to do a kill 9. Oh, it died. It died, but it didn't shut down properly. It didn't say that it shut down properly. So we'll do /start shell, which just starts the node without clearing anything. And you see what, and it gives a tail of this log. And then we can see the log starting up here. Starting up a little slow. looked at the CPU usage. Doesn't seem to be starting up properly. And it's using 99% of the CPU. And oops, control Z. And I'll copy this and paste it in here. And let's see if it's doing evals. And it doesn't look like it's going to be doing any evals because it looks like it ran out of heap space already. But it looks like it is executing the eval, and it's very slow. Although it does use a little, occasionally uses less than 98% of the CPU. And it came back with a lose. So it ran, and we're still getting the gRPC. PC message exceeds the maximum, and it's up to 850K, which is a little jump over the 82 we had before we restarted. But it's clear that we're not going to be able to restart with this infinite procedure running and our shortage of space. You resume the recording here. Okay, I increased the memory to 4 gig, and now it's running without consuming CPU. The infinite loop is gone, but looking at robot, rnode Bob robot, we have over 1,000 instances of a read of 1 continuation to write 1 plus 1 in the tuple space. But for some reason, I guess it was creating these much faster than it was consuming them, and then ran out of memory. But those remain in our tuple space in robot.net. Well, but we can't see the tuple space anymore because we're getting this gRPC error, because the tuple space is too big, I guess, for the gRPC. We're able to restart. It's not consuming CPU at this point, and so we'll leave it be. So, yeah, it's not using any CPU. I guess we'll just report in here that I
So was it just Jesus being out of memory?
generates generates the continuation of read of num faster than read of one until memory fails. Something like that. I'm in the wrong channel again. There's, so,
Oh, apparently rnode 0.85 has been released.
I think
Yeah, no, 0.85 is released. Yeah, weird era though.
which one? The JRCP error?
No, just a recurring. the fact that it recurred in the same place, the first at all, really, because it shouldn't have.
Yeah, it should have. Okay, because it writes persistently to num, and it writes persistently, reads persistently. It writes persistent, and it reads persistently. Notice that's greater than equal.
Oh, yeah, it is persistent. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah.
Okay, so this reads forever, and this writes forever.
Wouldn't that use a lot of resources?
Yeah,
Getting it to
well,
continue.
every contract is a persistent read. You can always write to the contract, and it'll always read it. Um, okay. So the real issue is, why did it stop?
Yeah.
That must be a memory issue or something. But it seems strange that the newer versions of rnode stop at 4, whereas the old rnode that already had a big tuple space ran until 127. But in any case, I said all I'm going to say about that. The cool thing is that, in spite of somebody running an infinite procedure, we're back up and running fine.
Yeah.
Okay, but in order to prevent us from running out of cache, I had to increase the memory size. So I added this Java thing, set the memory to 8 gigs in the run.
Sweet.
Okay, but we don't even have 8 gigs on the machine.
Okay, not as sweet.
So, but I suppose it would use virtual memory, but that would be slow. So I'm going to see what happens if I change this to 2 gig. That way, if it uses that up, I can restart it again at 2.5 gig or 3 gig.
Yeah, that's true.
And it'll run without overflowing the stack, and I can gradually increase the size until we have a new stable version that we want to replace this one with.
Yeah.
Hopefully one on testnet. Okay, so I need to kill that Java. which is this guy. That node. And that should shut down properly. Yep, it's gone. And then I want to restart it at 2 gigs. And hopefully we won't get a heap space error.
Hmm.
And we should enter accepted approval mode. Is it in approval mode? I think it is. And run this again. And it runs. And
Size here.
we don't have any heap space error.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's done. So if somebody else runs a infinite loop procedure, we can just start it with a little more heap space. We start it with a little more heap space. I'm not sure what stopped the loop. It must have been running out of memory. So if you run a loop, it's not going to stop until you've consumed the heap space. In the longer term, you'll run out of gas. I guess when you're paying for compute time, really, you'll be a little careful about putting in infinite loops, limiting how much you're going to spend on them, in case they don't exit, because they keep running. Okay, so what's next on our agenda?
Good question. I don't think there really is much on our agenda because we're still waiting on Joachim for the portal, aren't we?
Yeah, we have a problem with embedding frames, and I don't really understand that. Maybe Joachim will show us it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But apparently he's trying to open talk time in a frame along with a notepad in the portal. And depending on where talk time is being executed from, it refuses to open in the iframe.
All right. That was similar to what happened before, wasn't it?
Yeah, we've had the issue before with other, specifying where we've had to tweak the Nginx configuration to make it work.
Mm.
This I wasn't able to figure out exactly. If we look here, you see that at this URL, notepad.digslife.com up. Okay. There is no contact security policy. Well, here there isn't.
Yeah.
Okay, because I tweaked the configuration to remove it. Now, it's been reset again since then. So if I send this again, the content security policy comes back.
Yeah.
And the error that we're getting is that the child source is not supported. And that we have to replace it with something else. But I'm unable to find out where this content security policy is generated.
Right.
And if I take it out with Nginx, like we were just looking at it, where it was taken out,
Yeah.
we still get that error.
Ah, okay.
So it makes no sense at all. It's driving me crazy over the weekend. Let's see, the other thing was that Thomas Love has been working on interfacing GraphQL with Archain.
Oh, sweet.
So,
I mean, we didn't look at that a long time ago, didn't we?
Yeah. So, and earlier this week, Momchilov expressed an interest in doing work on GraphQL. And then Vinny is interested, who is Rao's son.
Oh, right.
So, Vinny suggested that he can be available. He didn't answer this yet. Of course, I didn't really ask him directly.
Yeah.
And of course, you didn't answer this either.
No, I just saw that this morning. I didn't get an email notification. You know how it usually like emails you and says, "Hey, you've been mentioned. Reply." That it didn't do that. It was really weird.
Yeah. So, you check your notification settings?
I had a look through, but I couldn't see anything that enabled that. Like it should have just worked, you know.
It should say mentions.
Yeah, I'll have a look again. How did you get to that screen?
Just pull down next to Colab here.
Oh, yeah. This is collab.
Settings.
Notification settings. It only mentions mobile push notifications. There's a lot for mobile, but there's nothing specifically for email, is the only thing I'm running into.
I don't see an option for those options here on mine.
Oh, really? Maybe because I installed it once on my phone, like literally once.
Oh, there they are. Mobile push notifications are turned on. Interesting. I don't think I get mobile push notifications.
I don't because I installed and deleted the app very quickly after. So they're quite useless to me, mobile push.
It's interesting. Do I get? I don't know that I get any notifications either. I don't know what the story is. I get notifications from Mattermost.
Yeah, Mattermost I don't really have too many issues with. Discord, however.
So I was really hoping that we would get a group together with GraphQL. Now, Thomas Love is semi-expert.
Is it?
Yeah. Of course, Ivysoft knows something. I don't know if he's going to get involved.
Yeah.
Lab, I think, has a fair amount of programming, which should be pretty useful. David has been missing in action.
Oh, yeah.
Vinny has some programming background. I think you guys can help each other make stuff work.
Yeah.
Even if you and Vinny are the only two. But Thomas Love is usually very good at being helpful.
Oh, yeah.
I asked him for a link to his work on GraphQL here, and we didn't get a response. Not sure what's up with that.
That's an odd one.
So suggest a time in here.
What time zone? Pacific or New York or?
I don't know where everybody is.
Yeah. Should we just do tomorrow's work study? Is that?
We ordinarily use New York. Mostly here.
Yeah.
But you can put your time zone, and then
everyone else will just have to deal with it.
And then put the New York time also.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking, should we just do tomorrow's work study? Is that?
Yeah, that would. So when would you want to do that? 3 o'clock tomorrow? You choose the time.
Yeah. What was that? Let me find the comment that was in GraphQL. 3 p.m. What day is it? It'll be Tuesday. What time zone are you?
Eastern Standard Time, or you just put New York time. And I'll just put a little
alike.
Little, just a white check mark there.
Ah, yeah.
All right. So check out the latest stuff in the collab. We have activity, a lot of a surge of activity. I think mostly from the Chinese community.
All right.
We have a Chinese channel now, and they participated in the Saturday Dan's community building office hours,
Yeah.
and they primarily working on doing code walkthroughs of the Roland code, the ArtChain repository, and so a bunch of people from China joined the call, and after the recording was over, I had a long chat with Mao.
Yeah.
And invited him to the collab. And I suggested that there should be a Chinese channel. He joined and created a channel right away. And we have Yao and Dimworm who have been already active. So
Yeah.
and I guess Dimworm had announced it on some of the Chinese ArtChain. They use QQ in China, I think. And so that has led to a bunch of people joining. So I don't know that they're all Chinese, but
You assume most of them are.
I expect that most of them came in because of the announcement of the collab in the Chinese to the ArtChain channels.
Yeah.
I gave it. Mao asked for an overview of the collab or what the information on the collab.
What it is, what it does, etc.
We need to know more about the collab. So we got a Nancy.
Oh, yeah.
We got a Sparrow. We got a Lisa. We got a Haha.
All quite random names.
Mr. Fun Jai. We got Sunshine. Sunday. And we got Dash Dash.
Go Dash Dash.
there's going to be some problems with those names with robot.
Yeah, yeah, so I figured.
Yeah, and I don't know how much longer you want to work today, but I wanted to work on community contract
Oh, yeah.
where basically replace Make My Locker,
Yeah.
but it would make sure that your username didn't already exist. It would add you to a collab directory
Yeah.
and assign you a default delegate.
Okay.
And then bring the other contracts in line with that.
Yeah.
And one of the things I was looking at here was that the terminology has changed somewhat in that in the new ballot contract, I changed the names of the capabilities to admin and tally,
Yeah.
where this was something like get winner, and I guess this was chair. So I wanted to whoa. What's global.hr? Global.hr is a bogus file.
Weird, yeah.
I'm going to remove it. And I was going to look for chair. And it looks like I have chair all over the place here. Let me do a first undo. Get rid of all the duplicates. Then I have to do an e-bang to reread the file. And I'm thinking of just changing chair everywhere to admin.
All right.
Call in 1, comma,
Get admin.
substitute slash chair slash admin slash G global every time it's on the line. And what's this quote here? I don't think that's going to break anything. $15 substitutions. Okay, and then we have what do we have? We have the get winner. So we want colon and colon subs one comma dollar. I don't know if I need the one comma dollar always. I think there's a shortcut for that. Otherwise, it defaults just to the current line.
Yeah.
One is the first line, dollar is the last line. Substitute, get winner with tally. Global. Every occurrence on a line. And there were 8 of those and 4 lines. Okay, so now all of our macros use the same terminology as the contract.
Which is good.
Which is good. I wanted to get that done. I can write that out. And and I don't know, we could start writing community.row. And new community standard out insert arbitrary. All right, we want to we need to get a URI for the community contract so we can call it, right?
Yeah.
I need to insert arbitrary. And I'm sure we'll need a ret, maybe an act. And parentheses. Oh, Mom should have installed the proper highlighting, Rolang highlighting.
Oh, they have Rolang highlighting now? Sweet.
Yeah, well, so he was able, you know, it was always a repository, but the thing is, it didn't work with VI. It works with it doesn't work with Vim, VIM.
Yeah.
Which is what we've been running default, which defaults to Vim, used to default to Vim. But it was able to make it work under new Vim, NVim.
Oh, right.
So we made NVim is now the default. So if we do a help, we should get help for NVim. If we do an F1, oh, Vim, main help. Why does it say NVim? Oh, it says NVim at the top. Q. Okay, so we're going to make a contract. Community. Oh, look at that. What is that community? What's this hint?
Key? Doesn't put a key in?
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't know what that key would be. Contract community. I put parentheses, right? And then I put name What else do I need? Name, that's it, right?
That's pretty much it, yeah.
Okay, so methinks we need a community directory also. How do we know the name is unique?
Good question.
That's a real problem because we needed a dictionary, a directory of communities.
Yeah.
Okay, so so we can have a dir. I'll just make it a map here. Map. All right. An empty map in parallel with defining the thing here, and we'll put map. We'll make a map. Okay. So now we want to read the map. For the communities, read map. And then we want to say if comes and of course I need a parentheses here. I hit the N key. The N key didn't work. Why? Oh no, I hate that.
Yeah.
I guess that's a problem with MDIM. I don't know. What else doesn't work? I'm just finding out.
You're just sort of continuing and finding out as you go, eh?
I'm sorry?
Oh, what else doesn't work? You're sort of just going and finding out as along the way.
Right. So we want to get the name, and if that equals, if that is not equal to nil, we want to exists. Now I probably should go to standard error. And then we want to return nil. Of course, oops, what happened now? I'm in insert mode. I hit enter. Oh.
What happened?
It went all the way back to the beginning. It didn't.
Oh,
I don't know why it went all the way back to the beginning. I thought it was working fine with the insert mode. The other thing is, we definitely need to return the community.
doesn't want to what, sorry?
We need to return the community from. We need to return something from it. And
right.
I guess what we're going to return really is the admin capabilities. Admin capability, right?
Hmm.
I mean, how is somebody going to manage a community? Well, actually, everybody needs a capability, community capability. So I guess we're going to return a map of capabilities. So I really should return here an empty map. No capabilities. Okay, so now else we're going to we're going to write to the map. Oh, I see. It knows that I'm typing com map. What do I type to get that?
Tab, maybe? No. Nope. Enter or down enter. Try highlight it and hit enter and see what happens.
I tried enter.
Try enter again.
Oh, okay, it did it. I hit down arrow enter, and it did it. Com map. Right. Comms dot union comms dot union with name colon community. Oh, wrong. I'm going to call. I need to have a new make one take a new community. And I'm gonna have to do other stuff too. Ooh, backspace. Took me all the way back up, huh? Maybe I have to hit Control V or something. But I have to make a new com. Which is what I'm going to return. And an admin. And it has to have a members directory. Whoops. And I need I'm going to need to look up the directory. Look up dollar directory. And we'll get a return from that. And for directory from return, why did I call this? Since that's the contract, capitalize it. And then, so I get the directory, and now I want to make a new directory. And how do I do this? I give it a name.
What name do you need?
Directory. Let me just look at directory. Directory.row. So it's going to return a set of capabilities. Which I'm going to read. And again, the N key doesn't work. Shift N doesn't work. Control N doesn't work. Oh, I'm not in insert. It's just a capital A append the line. And I can reuse ret because I already read it. There's nothing in it. You have to write ret. in parallel, I want to read it. I read back the permissions. Read, write, grant. Is that what I want to do? Read, write, grant.
I think that looks all right.
Yeah, I guess I'm just thinking. Of how this is going to be used. Do I really care about these permissions now? I care about them in that I'm going to need them later, but not while I'm creating the directory.
Hmm.
I mean, so I could put them in the new here. Okay, and then down here, where I bind to them, I need equal sign to show that it's not, that it's the same. It's not a new name. I'm not binding
Yeah,
it.
it's common.
And I'm binding it to the name I defined above. Will that work?
Very good question.
In which case I've already done, and I created the directory and I've already assigned the names. I already assigned the capabilities to the community. So I don't have to do anything in the for, in the continuation. Interesting. So now I'm going to add a member to the community. I suppose I don't give it any more capabilities than this.
Hmm.
And suppose I only then return return all the capabilities.
Oh, I probably need to continue on for today.
Yeah, think about this a little more. But basically, we'll write macros that will, I mean, we create the community once.
Yeah.
It's going to, we want to, we're going to define a macro, have to do an insert arbitrary and do that. And then create the collab community, which is really a directory in here. So so we want to be able to get back a directory of members.
Yeah.
All right, guy.
Sweet.
I'm going to call it a day here. And hopefully tomorrow will be.
Yeah, well, hopefully. We'll see if people say yay or nay to it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nutzipper attended for the at 2 o'clock today, and for a little more than a half hour, so we got that on at the beginning of this recording.
Yeah.
And that's about it. You have a good day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Sweet. We'll see you tomorrow.